Hello everyone and welcome to Video Vino. Notice I didn't say Cafe La Grande's Video Vino because we are no longer Cafe La Grande. If you're a customer, you've already seen the name change. If you're not and you just check out the blog, well, you can tell by the top of the blog that the name has changed. We are now Vino Latte. Simplified the name, kept the concept, kept everything else. Vino Latte, wine, coffee. Simple as that. Speaking of which, the first Video Vino as Vino Latte. This is a kind of a special treat. I'm really looking forward to tasting this with you. And one of the reasons is that the 2009 Owen Roe Sinister Hand, which you can see right there, this is the March Wine Club red wine feature for Vino Latte's Wine Club. We have tasted this before, we've had it before, we've created some other Owen Roe, and we had the opportunity to buy a bunch of this and decided to feature it. Great bottle of wine, comes in at about $25 a bottle. If you're a wine club member, all the wines for March are ready to go. Stop in, pick them up so you too can enjoy this. So let's move right on. So this is the Owen Roe 2009 Sinister Hand. It is a blend of, according to the bottle, 70% Grenache, 26% Syrah, 2% Mourvedre, and 2% Counoise. C-O-U-N-O-I-S-E. I could actually be pronouncing that incorrectly. However, we're going to move forward. Columbia Valley, Washington, 2009. The 2009 vintage in Columbia Valley. Good vintage. Some of the vintage ratings I've seen between 90 and 94 for the entire vintage. One of the notes I found on this particular wine is that the growing season for the Grenache was very good, and so of course this being 70% Grenache makes this wine really nice. Vintage turned out really nice for it. Owen Roe, kind of a unique winery, started and still operated by winemaker David O'Reilly, who is from Ireland. David O'Reilly does everything very meticulously, very steadfast in regards to the quality that he likes to produce. They produce a ton of wines. They make wines from Columbia Valley, Washington, a whole bunch of Oregon wines, a lot of Pinot Noir, and they make wine on a couple different labels. The Owen Roe, then O'Reilly's label as well, which is a dog head, an Irish Wolfhound, I believe it is. Let's see. Could talk to you all about the winery, but you can look the information up. I'm going to have the links to their website, and you can read all about it. This wine, again, I told you the blend. It is was, I should say, aged in oak. It is 10 months in French oak, 17% of which is new oak. So you get a little bit of that character, not a tremendous amount, but a little bit. I should comment on it because it's one of the cool things. If you see the label, and I'll try to put a copy of the label on the website, it is the severed left hand, and the story goes that the O'Reillys, which is actually the clan name, the family line of winemaker David O'Reilly, was feuding with the the O'Neills. Owen Roe O'Neill is the name of the gentleman who the winery is named after. But the two families were feuding long ago, and they had a rowing competition. And the competition was for them to race across the lake, and whoever got to their side and touched the land first won that land. Well, as they're rowing along, the O'Neills are falling behind. And during that time, one of the clansfolk decides that he's going to pull a sneaky one and decides to cut off his left hand. Cuts off his left hand, picks it up, and throws it to the other shore, therefore touching the land first and winning the land. So that is the story behind the label, the severed left hand. Kind of a cool story, kind of bizarre, kind of weird. There's also a poem, and it doesn't appear on this label, but I think on the back of prior vintages it may have appeared. I'll try to post it here as well. So let's go on to tasting it. Let's see, color of this wine. Right now it's pretty red. It's red garnet. It's light bodied. You can read through it pretty easily. It's very young, obviously being 2009. The notes I read said drink through 2015. On the nose, definitely some fruit. Actually, the fruit's more pronounced now than when I first opened it. Some strawberry, some raspberry, but I'm also getting a hint of not silage, but something a little rustic. Or maybe it is a little silage, but also some spice, some black pepper, maybe some cooking type spices. It's very nice. It's got a really nice nose, a little dark, darker aroma profile. It's really starting to open up well. Let's take a sip. First thing right off, although it's young, not a lot of tannin structure. Nice, pleasant, soft, round. Good acid. Right after I swallowed, I got some mouth watering going on. Same on the palate as on the nose. Fruit, strawberries, really good acid, very good acid. A little of that rustic character and some of that spice. It doesn't linger. There's not a super long finish as far as the flavor profile. Right now I'm not getting a lot of secondary flavors, not a lot of, from any sort of age on the wine, but of course it's a 2009, so it is young. I would anticipate some additional flavors and aromas to develop in bottle over the next year, 2 years, and longer, of course. I have a finish, almost a dairy type finish, almost a slight kernel buttered popcorn kind of finish, way at the back end. Which, with the oak influence, a little bit of oak influence. And I'm going to tell you, I get that occasionally on Syrahs. So it doesn't surprise me. It's not a lot of Syrah. 26, 25, 26% Syrah, depending on what you read. I think the website actually said 25%. Nice. Very nice wine. Solid wine. I think it would be great with food, especially with the acid. The acid actually kind of surprises me a little bit. It's got really nice, lingering, mouth-watering acid. Now the tannins are starting to build a little bit, but they're not offensive at all. I like this wine. Solid upper 80s wine, 88, 89 points. I would expect that it's going to get better, not only as it opens up, but after it sits in bottle for a little while and maybe integrates a little bit more. Right now I'm just getting a lot of the fruit, spice, and pepper, and I would expect it to develop into something a little bit deeper, darker, more complex. But I like it. It's very nice. I think it's an interesting wine. I think at the price point, it's a great bottle of wine, and I look forward to seeing it develop. It is young. I think it's young. I think that it's going to get much better with a little bit of time. At any rate, if you're a wine club member, definitely stop in, pick up the Sinister Hand, check it out, taste it, see what you think. Don't take my word for anything. It's not worth taking my word for anything. The best way to figure it out is to taste it on your own and see what you think of the wine. And then let me know. A lot of wine club members out there, feel free to drop notes and comments on this wine and tell me what you think. Until next time, at Vino Latte's Video Vino. Enjoy. Vino Latte, where we're changing the way you look at wine.